Hey Tubies. So today, well actually tomorrow, will mark the 5th anniversary of me being on YouTube. Granted, I've been on and off, but 5 years since my videos have been posted and 5 years since I have connected with all you guys and have had mad support and love from all of you, and in return I do my best to return it back. Always sending out positive energy and much love and light to you all. I wanted to start this year out doing something a little bit different in the practice that I ultimately want to put out there and build for my career. I want to embark on helping people become healthy in their mind, their body, and their spirit as a whole. Not necessarily concentrating on Wicca, but as spirituality as a whole, and also their inner beauty and their outer beauty. Now, a lot of people are in that stage of life where the economy sucks, times are hard, relationships are rocky, and there's a lot of different stressors that are around you every day, mundane and magical. The planets are moving, everything's aligning. Next year marks the apocalypse, the end of the world, the end of the Mayan calendar. So there's lots of things in the air that people just are unsure of, and they're trying to grasp onto several different aspects, trying to figure out where they're going to end up when their life ends, or where they're going to end up even the next few years from now, or even next December 21st. So I thought, in honor of Halloween coming up, to me, I always reflect on Halloween as being the witch's new year. Everything dies and hasn't been brought back to life yet. And, you know, the god dies, everything's mellow, and goes dormant for the winter. So at that time, I feel like it's the best to reflect on yourself and figure out how you want to reinvent yourself for the spring. So these next few months until spring comes, what I want you to do is, we're going to do this as a kind of a lesson. And I don't want to call it a year in the day. I don't want to call it anything in particular. I don't necessarily know what we're going to call it yet. But let's just consider this our first lesson to rebuilding ourselves. And we're going to do this together. I'm going to do it along with you, as I feel like it is a good thing to do every single year. And you continually build up and change yourself and find yourself that maybe something that you believed a few years ago or even a few weeks ago is the same as what you feel or believe now. Different aspects come into your life and change your opinion, the way you think, the way you feel, and hopefully not too many tragedies do that to you, but you do learn from everything that comes into your life. So what I want you to do is, I want you to really think of Halloween as the new year, and put down, between now and next Tuesday, when Halloween is, I want you to write down 3 goals, just 3, don't take on too much, and make them simple goals that you can achieve. Think of them as more milestones instead of big mountains that you want to conquer. You know, you will hike smaller mountains and foothills before you go climb Mount Everest. So think of a few things that you want to do, whether it's your health, whether it's a relationship that you're in that you don't want to be in, or a relationship that you want to establish and make it better, make it grow. Also, some achievements that you want to do. Certain confidence issues or self-esteem issues you have with yourself. Anything, inner, outer, whatever it is, pick 3 things. Think of it as your trifecta. And in your trifecta, as a triangle, you want to think of 2 solid things that will establish your base. What are 2 things that make you? One, for me, is my spirituality being wholesome and inevitably being in my everyday life. The second is being a good mom, a good wife, a good spouse to my lover, and a good support system to my family, whether, you know, they're crazy or not, or need my help or not, just giving that love and support to them. Another thing that's very important to me is my health. Taking care of myself, making sure that I'm in shape, I feel good, I don't get sick, and that I can continually keep myself healthy to live a long, prosperous life that I would like to do. So those are just a few things that I'm going to be concentrating on. Now, 5 years ago, I came out and was talking about Wicca, coming out of the broom closet, you will say, and there have been many battles and trials and tribulations I have been through expressing myself and getting people to know me as the witchy woman I am. Now, it doesn't come easy, and something that I feel has been a trend that has taken off that I do not want people to concentrate so much on is Wicca as itself. Think of things on a spiritual scent. I know the novelty of Wicca is very appealing. The magic, the spells, everything that kind of goes with it, all the symbols, all the cool trinkets, all the books, all the tools, everything is just so awesome. Now, Wicca, or the old ways, as I would say, because I would rather be known to practice the old ways that even came before Gardner established Wicca in its name, has been practiced for years and years and years, and it takes a lifetime to figure out where you fit in, what works with you, what doesn't work with you. Now, I have repeatedly, I feel like I've been repetitive on talking about this over and over, but there's still so many of you who seem lost. And I think that you're trying to take on too much and look at how broad it is and trying to take it all at once. It's in steps. One reason why I have always recommended that Solitary Witch book by Silver Ravenwolf is just because it's an encyclopedia and it's great. You won't find yourself reading that book from front cover to back cover. You will find yourself using it as a reference to go back. What do you want to learn this time? Is it palmistry? Is it the elements? What is it that draws you or that you are comfortable in learning because you have mastered something that you want to learn before? Me, it's always been herbs. Herbs, the elements, a little bit of tarot card reading, pendulum, but I've taken things on slow and haven't taken on too much more than I can handle. I like to be able to be very knowledgeable in the things that I know, and there's things that I just don't know, and I have no problem saying that I don't know them. You need to feel the exact same way. So think of these 3 goals, and what we're going to do is in a couple days, I'm going to post up, I don't want to say a mini ritual, but a type of ritual that you can do with yourself, taking those 3 goals, and we're going to look at how you can manifest these things, what you can do to add to what you have. You've chosen your 3 goals, what you want to do. Now, what are you going to need to get those things into effect and take all your focus and all your energy to be putting into those things so you can meet your goal and feel reborn during the springtime. I know there's a couple more holidays in between. Around Thanksgiving, there's Llamas, Lugnasad, whichever one you want to pronounce it, and then you also have Yule. Now, those being the next 2 Sabbats that come into effect, think of those more as celebratory and being able to take where you've started with your 3 goals and reevaluate where you're at. What do you need? And when you conduct those rituals around those holidays, then you can know what you need to put in to kind of put the oomph into your system. Then you might want to add certain stones, or you might want to add certain herbs, or you might want to add certain pieces of elements that you collect when you go out, whether it be dirt, leaves, sticks, water, raindrops, storm water, feathers, anything that you come up with that you feel will catalyze what you're trying to put off. That's what you add into it, and you simply put all your focus into that. That's how a spell really works. It's not necessarily a magical thing, making something conjure out of thin air all of a sudden just because you make it so. A lot of it has to do with your will and the power behind it, and the energy you put in it has nothing to do with the tools that you use or may not use while you're doing it. Like I have mentioned before, you don't need a wand, you don't need a dagger or anything. All you can use is a finger. That's all you need. You only need the power that's within. But when this and this doesn't work, you're not going to get anything that you want because you're holding back. You're not concentrating on yourself nor believing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, why would the gods believe in you? Why? There's just no sense into it. So like I said, take some stepping stones and really reflect on what you want to do and concentrate on this Halloween. Don't forget to honor the dead, the past ancestors and loved ones that you have. Think of doing a dead dinner. Dead dinners are a lot of fun, and it's quite an experience. If you do them right, you can do it by yourself, you can do it with a friend, you can do it formal or non-formal, whichever way you do it. There's different years that I've done a very formal one, tablecloth, plates, dishes, nice cups, champagne, wine, whatever it is, gone all out. I've also had a simple one where I just do a simple dinner outside with only 1 placing instead of 3 or 4. Those of you who don't know what a dead dinner is basically where you set up a dinner for yourself. You can pretty much make whatever you feel fit. I always do an Italian dish simply because, my family and my ancestry is all Italian, so I like to give my respects to that. And then you always make a place for the souls to come and feel welcome and join you in your dinner. You eat in complete silence. You just think about your honor towards the universe, towards the loved ones that have passed, or those who you have respect for that have passed, Osho being one for me. And you just make it open to where you can invite energies in. You do want to draw a circle, simply because you don't want to allow too much negative in, or any negative in, and it can be pretty intense, and you don't want to end up having them linger around afterwards, so be sure to close your circle. So yeah, we will go over that, and I'll be taking you guys outside and even showing you how to call a simple circle. Those of you who know how to call a circle, you can do it, and feel free to call in the watchtowers and such. A lot of the times, I simply just call with the elements. Unless you're doing something super powerful and insane, I find it not necessary to call in the watchtowers, but there are many people, witches, covens, and such, or other people who will disagree, and like I have always told you, everybody practices different. I'm very much in the old ways. I'm a very simple yet effectful witch, and I have been for many, many years, and that's the way I like to keep it. I try to stay away from the novelty and the materialism of things. Yes, I have collected a lot of things over the years, and it's simply for fun, but I've been doing this for 17 years now, and I just feel like a lot of those things aren't necessary, especially for beginners, and it's very important. So, we're going to do that. Come up with your 3 goals and write them down. Even if you're not sure, do up to 5, and then you'll feel like concentrate them on and do something that really, really speaks to you. Not just, I want to lose weight. Well, great. Awesome. You want to lose weight. Well, what are you going to do to really concentrate on that? And you don't want to look at losing 100 pounds in 3 months. You want to look at making your body work as a whole to heal itself. Relationships, what you want to do, everything, down to the detail, what speaks to you, what does your conscience tell you, what do the spirits tell you, what does this speak to you? This is the most important. So think about it, and I'll talk to you guys in a couple days. Have any questions? Message me on my wall on Facebook. The messages that you guys send on YouTube are unmonitored, so there's some I read, some I don't, just because there's so many. And then same thing with Facebook, but if you want to, go to my website and email me directly, and I will get back to you. Otherwise, just post something on the wall on my Facebook. I check in periodically and put a little update and answer questions where need be. And we got a lot of good things coming up this year. I'm very, very excited about getting this practice taken off finally, now that I'm done having a baby and settled in a new place, yada yada. So I'll do an update video, let you guys know about that. But much love and light, brightest blessings to you all, and really, really think about, take this serious. Take this as your new year and a day program, something that's unconventional, and something that's definitely going to work for you, because it's worked for me and it continually works for me, I promise. Love and light.